Despite Dad already completing Italy, he declared interest in Arteta's job at Napoli for that Europa League qualification. Because Bayern Munich just won the Champions League, completing the treble, so it would be very difficult to overthrow in Germany. But I was still surprised that he tried to move from Leverkusen. However, Napoli never responded and the fans laughed off the thought of Dad becoming their manager. But it's 2034, which means it's a World Cup year. And that always kicks up a manager switcheroo, especially when it's Sweden and Norway in the third place playoff with an England-Belgium final, which Belgium won on penalties, by the way. And that left a humongous list of international jobs free to start the merry-go-round. But while that was all going on, Dad was quietly building a very good Leverkusen team. Whereas my Chelsea team began to worry me with 6 players all entering their last year of contract, and none of them are wanting to stay right now and re-sign. Hilariously though, Arteta left Napoli and become the Spanish manager, leaving the Napoli job free. And I still thought it was a crazy move, but Dad actually applied for it. But once again, they laughed him all the way out of Naples.
Dad, there were a few jobs come up. You tried rattling the Napoli ball to sack Arteta.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Didn't work.
Didn't work. Then he eventually left anyway.
Yeah, you took one of the...
He took the Spanish job.
Yeah, so...
But unfortunately, the Napoli job then came up. You applied for it. Didn't get it. No. Didn't even get the interview.
Didn't even get an interview. I was disappointed with that. I mean, I've got a good record in Italy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Andre Villas-Boas got it. Who just left Portugal.
Yeah.
Big manager merry-go-round because
it was a big gamble, wasn't it? I mean, you were saying, I don't know whether you should or not, but I was just gambling and I was going to go for that Europa League place. That was all I was going for, really. So
yeah.
I'll stick where I am then and hopefully build a good enough side in Germany. And I mean, a perfect season for me would be to win the cup or the league, the cup, should I say, and finish in the Europa League spot.
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect finish for me this season.
Yeah, because if you do too well, you're in the Champions League.
Yeah, and that's the problem then. I've missed the Europa League, and
which would be hilarious.
That's the problem with the Europa League. If you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah. You can't no longer drop into it.
No.
It makes it a lot harder. So we both stayed put. However, the reason why I was like, I think you'd be silly to go to Napoli is because I think you've built a really good team here.
Yeah.
I honestly do. You had some good players anyway, but I mean, you sold £106 million worth of players. Tony Sousa, which was a right back, left the club. This man left for 30. I mean, how'd you get £31 million out of that?
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's mental. Emmanuel Yeboah's left as well, so plenty went out. Did you sign? No, that was the last one that you got in the January, of course, because you were signing players in January. Let's see who you brought in. So you're starting off with a Romanian left back who can also play CDM. He's played there for you already.
Yeah.
Really solid physical attributes, decent mentals. Only 24, free transfer, can't complain.
Nope.
Babis Vlachos, who is a centre midfielder. I'd say squad player.
One of my weak positions was in the midfield, so I'm just trying to strengthen that up as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Brown. Again, another midfielder who can also play centre-back from Nottingham Forest. Diogo Travosis, that is your right-back replacement there. Can go all the way up to right wing. Only paid £15 million, considering you sold the top one, whoever that was, Tony Sousa, for 50. So this one I think is a really good sign. Silas Blackenmeyer from Villarreal. He's from Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
That must be a first.
It's got to be in it for us.
I think he's better than your left midfielder. However, when we do quick 11, he doesn't necessarily get put in there.
He didn't at the beginning, did he?
Yeah.
So, no.
Gabriel Silva, great striker for 19 million. So that's another improvement.
Yeah. I mean, I had a good strike force anyway, but that was just another improvement on that as well. So I was pleased with that one.
And then Tomoyoshi Isozaki.
Well, you know what? I'm late for goalkeepers.
I'll bring one in.
And when I've got a bit of money spare, which I did at the time, I thought I've got to bring a good keeper in that really helps me out. This is my keeper for the rest of my time at this team then. So
at Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Half a season until he gets sacked. Great goalkeeper from Japan and a bit of a bargain too at £19 million. But speaking of bargains, Omar Gonzalez from Nacional, $2 million.
What a bargain this is.
I can see why he did it.
Yeah. Just get him in and he's there for me for the next few seasons now, isn't he?
Yeah, I can see why. So tactically, you did change it.
Yeah.
You went a little bit more constructive in the midfield, changed a couple of player roles around. And this is what you've ended up
with the good strike force that I've got, you can understand why I'm playing that sort of formation up there with 3 attacking and a winger as well. So get the ball in there. I've got 3 players running in and trying to score. So I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah. The best 11 pick puts in a couple of players I don't think you play every single week, but don't want to nail anybody in.
No, I didn't want to nail it. No.
because of the cups, obviously, that you're trying to win.
Yeah.
So let's have a look then at your schedule so far. You've played 3 games, lost 1 of them.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that one.
Kaiserslautern.
I had an injury in midfield, didn't I? They put in my left back, and I wasn't happy with it. And I bought a midfield player to take that position if there was an injury there. And they didn't put him in, so I put him in, and then put the left back that was in that position back into left back. And I think I might have mucked back a bit too much, and should have just left it. So, but I mean, that's a great result. When I seen that result come through, I thought, ideal. I'm up and running now.
Stuff in Dortmund.
Then I'll go and lose a silly result like that at the end.
9-1 as well, only scraped through in the cup.
Yeah.
The DFB Pokal, which of course is your big aim for this season. I've got a feeling that maybe just winning that will put you in Europa League.
It could do, yeah.
I don't know whether it puts you in Conference League or Europa League. It might depend on who wins the league and stuff.
It depends on the league's position as well, doesn't
it?
So.
Absolutely. So I'm stayed at Chelsea, and I didn't really do much. However, this could be my last year. Because all of those players who are running out of contract, they're all gone next season.
Yeah, you got a hell of a lot.
Oh my God,
20, 35 they are as well.
Look at that, all of them, all with 1 year left on their deals, all in their 30s. Most of them in their 30s. It's going to be the most difficult year to stay next year. So I think this could be like the last time I have this Chelsea team. Really, I've done really well with it. I just can't win that bloody FA Cup. But anyway, I've actually promoted a couple of players into the first team. I'll try and find them in a second. But I did sell Thomas Araujo for 19, Alex Abdullahi, who is like a youngster, for £10 million, and Martinov for £45 million to Manchester United. And I bought Ollie McDonald off of them, who is a really good right back / centre back. I think Reece James is not as good anymore. And I also brought in De Ligt for £14 million because £14 million.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Still, really, and he's world class. Those are the signings that I made. Tactically, I have changed it slightly. I think I need more solid backline because this was on a support role. So I've gone for half-back with Caicedo and an inside fullback or inverted fullback to be a 3 at the back. Half-back comes in to make it 4 at the back, and then allow the rest to go in because I think I'm getting countered too much. And as we say,
you just make yourself really hard to be beat now.
Yeah, so that's the aim there. And schedule-wise, I lost the first game of the season, 1-0 to West Ham. Won the next 2 though. Bournemouth 3-1, Nottingham Forest 1-0. Champions League, obviously I'm in it. Don't really want to be. I'd rather be in the Europa League. PSG, Marseille, Toulouse, Midtjylland, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Basel, and Stuttgart. If I get knocked out, I'm like, never mind. I can focus on the FA Cup.
Big thing there as well. Real Madrid didn't win the Champions League, did they?
What, last season?
Yeah, didn't it go to...
the last season was the winner was Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, weren't they?
Who, of course, is in your league. They had the famous treble. They did all 3. So that's what you're competing with right now.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. But there we go. Let's see what happens in this season. Whether Dad jumps ship halfway through or not. Maybe somebody comes up in Europa League.
I've got a good squad here now. I'm going for the cup, so I'll be here for the full season as long as I don't get sacked.
All right. I've got a feeling this might be my last year in Chelsea. Let's see if I can win that FA Cup.
Dad's strange start got stranger as he lost 3 in a row during September and then went on a fantastic run, beating better sides throughout October, including the next match in the DFB Pokal with the fantastic away tie win. By the end of January though, my Chelsea team were just a point behind Manchester City in the league and the FA Cup was well underway. However, I only just overcame Preston in the 4th round. Dad's Leverkusen team was caught in a weird spot in the Bundesliga where he is technically in mid-table, but there's only 4 points between him and a Europa League qualification spot, so it is possible. But bad news for Dad is that his dreams of a cup win in this season has come to an end with a 2-0 loss to Hamburg in the 3rd round. Luckily for him, his league form has picked up big time in the new year. In England though, my Chelsea team overcame Brighton in the quarter-final of the FA Cup and face a tough trip to mid-table Leeds side in the semi-final.
Dad, out of the cup competition, and then your team did too good.
Point. I can't believe how close I got to it.
Oh my God. So,
oh no.
You kind of ruined your next season by qualifying for the Champions League by a point. Which, I mean, you can kind of blame Wolfsburg because they also lost to Stuttgart and Cologne there. Which
I was sat in 5th and 6th quite a lot, and I was just thinking, come on. And then all of a sudden, bang, I dropped into 4th, and I can see why now they'd lost 2 games in Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
It's a great season. I can't grumble really.
From the growth that you've had.
I've done, So, I've got a good squad, but I've just missed that night. I could have really done with that Europa League spot with the squad that I've got.
Yeah.
So
to build on that. So I mean, the cup competition, 3rd round by Hamburg, which
I mean, Hamburg done me in the league as well.
Yeah,
so
2-0.
I was just so disappointed with that.
Dortmund went on. Oh no, it didn't. It's Stuttgart-Wolfsburg final.
Yeah, so I had a good chance.
Huge opportunity.
I don't know whether.
Oh my god, the semi-final was even worse.
I know.
Nobody of any. I mean,
so Hamburg. So even when Hamburg was there, look, that's when Bayern got knocked out.
Yeah.
So if I'd gone through there, I could have won it. Oh no, that's even worse.
You'd have come up against Greuther Fürth. If you had beat Greuther Fürth, you'd have had Stuttgart, and you'd have been in the final.
Gutted. Absolutely
huge opportunity missed there.
I've missed them just both as well, didn't I?
Yeah. Squad wise, 21 goals from Gabriel Silva. Sishuba got 15. It's not amazing, is it?
No.
Travassis got 20 assists, which is great.
Yeah.
From that right back position. I'm really surprised with that. He did not play a lot.
No.
Maybe you needed to have locked him in.
Yeah.
Because I think he's way better than Ackman. And Ackman played a lot of games.
I mean, to be honest with you as well, if you look at that, how I finished, I had a hell of a bad start.
Yeah.
After we started simulating it, look at the games I lost all in a row.
All of these, yeah.
So that's another 9 points I could have had there if I'd won those games.
Yeah.
And I was a bit iffy there as well. And how far up was I from the top of the league?
From the top of the league. Yeah, actually,
there you go.
Not far, is it? I didn't think of that. I was too busy looking down.
Yeah. So the start of the league cost me the whole league.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely gutted.
Could have gone on and won it. But you didn't. Right.
Great season though. I've got to be pleased with that.
Yeah.
I've got a good squad. I've got a good chance now of going for both in the next season.
Are you committed to Leverkusen now?
I've got it with it. The squad that I've got to go for that now. What's my budget for next season?
26 million.
Ooh, no. That's not very good, though, is it? I was hoping for a little bit more than that.
Well, we'll have to see. Okay, over to Chelsea. I think it's my final season, and I finished in second place in the league. By a mile as well, really. Manchester City kind of run away with it. Evan Ferguson was great. Arsenal finished in 3rd place there. My old team Newcastle's in Europa League as well. And the result of whatever looks like, well, Leeds look like maybe they've won something. 9 points deducted from Liverpool as well for administration. Yeah. They're down in 12th now, so that's a big drop off from Liverpool. But unfortunately, semi-final of the FA Cup by Leeds. And they go on into the final against Manchester City. So it would have been the hardest team to come up against, but I should be beating Leeds in the semi-final.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to stay.
Don't you?
I don't.
You've got a lot of players going to make a contract now, haven't you?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Diogo Costa, Tchouameni, Moises Caicedo. All of them gone. All of them are gone.
I mean, that keeper, that's a big loss for you.
Yeah. So to stay, I'd have to have a bit of a rebuild, I guess. I mean, there's still some quality players. Maybe I'm being a little bit stupid here because Ali Duckett is incredible.
Yeah. You got Ferguson up front.
Yeah, Koscielny there as well. Noah Darvic is only 28, and I can sell some of these players as well and bring in something. But yeah, it's a tough decision, I think. We've got retiring Lautaro Martinez. I've managed to keep hold of Khéphren Thuram, but he isn't quite as good anymore. I'd really need to replace the midfielder. He's signed another 2-year deal there. But yeah, losing Caicedo was massive because he is world class.
Yeah.
And he did not want to stay. And he's gone to Al Ahly as well, annoyingly. So he's gone to a different country, and well, different continent, in fact, in Saudi Arabia. Transfer budget. They're 300 million in the red. So,
oh dear.
I think it could be time for me to leave. But that all depends with the perfect job.
When you look at the players they've just lost on free contracts, that's a lot of money they've just lost out on it already.
Yeah.
I'm not selling them,
So, job-wise, right now, there's one available, and that's Atalanta, who don't have a bad team. They don't have any budget, though. However, the season is still going on, so they might not have been given their budget yet. They're in 8th place. They win a game, and the other two teams don't. They could go into Europa League. There's a small chance that Atalanta go into Europa League in the league that I need to go into.
Yeah, definitely.
That could be an option. The title's still being fought out by Napoli as well, who Villas-Boas went to.
To be honest, we knew they had a good enough squad, didn't we?
Yeah, they had a good team.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went on and won the Europa League as well.
What, Atalanta?
No, Napoli. They were in it, weren't they? That's what I was trying to get
in it. Yeah, for sure. They were. eliminated in the semi-final on penalties by Benfica. Yeah, so the final is between Newcastle and Benfica.
If Newcastle win that, even though they're in the Europa League space in the Premier League, they'll automatically win the Champions League spot, don't they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, because right now, that might be the only thing that's keeping Steve... Is Steve Harper that interim manager?
Hello.
Please do not win, because I could go to Newcastle with one of the best players in the world in the Europa League if they lose that match against Benfica.
Yeah.
They would want me back as well. I just bloody know it. I know that they want me back.
There's an FA Cup winning team there for you.
Yeah, but there's no international football this summer, so it's all down to what happens there. And I think maybe me resigning might cause something. I don't know what, but it might cause something. So, nothing to add to the trophy cabinet this season, but let's have a recap and then see what happens next season.
For the second season in a row, no trophies are to be added to either trophy cabinet, but Dad is still one trophy heavier than me, and it's that Europa League that's going to kill us both in season 13.